Is your credit score stuck at 550 or even lower? You've probably heard just give up from banks and so-called gurus. But what if someone actually did get $10,000 in credit limits starting from rock bottom? Well, that's my story. And in this video, I'm going to show you step by step, with receipts included, exactly how I did it. If you want real finance wins from a Gen Z voice, do me a quick favor. Hit that subscribe button now, smash that like, and stick around for the big reveal at the end. You know your credit score can feel like your entire financial life, but the system really isn't designed for beginners. Or for people in our generation. Over 40 million Americans have a score under 600. I was one of them, getting denied everywhere I turned. But with the right moves, you absolutely can break through. So let's get right into the exact steps that worked for me. First things first, don't guess what your score is. Pull up your reports on Credit Karma or Experian for free. The very first thing you need to do is look for errors. I found a late payment reported on my account that was completely wrong. I disputed it and got it removed, which gave my score an instant lift. Quick pro tip. Most people have at least one mistake dragging their score down. Find them and fix them first. Okay, step 2 was getting my foot in the door with secured cards. My first move was putting down a $250 deposit for a Discover IT secured card. They matched my deposit and gave me a $250 limit. So why a secured card? Because banks want collateral, and this shows them you're serious. After just 3 months of on-time payments, boom, they automatically doubled my limit to $500. I also recommend checking out the Capital One secured card in OpenSky. The great thing about OpenSky is that they don't even require a credit check. Just perfect if you're really struggling to get approved. Now, let's talk about applying strategically. Don't just carpet bomb every bank with applications. Stick to cards specifically built for people with bad or limited credit history. I did my research on approval odds, and the pedal to card was my next win, followed by Toma Credit, which is awesome because it looks at your cash flow, not just your credit score. A crucial rule, only apply for 1 or 2 cards a month. Every hard inquiry can cost you a few points, so make them count. Step 4 is the most important part. Pay on time. Every single month, set up automatic minimum payments in your banking app so you never risk missing one. Also, keep your balances low. A good rule of thumb is to stay under 30% of your total limit. After 6 months of perfect payments and low utilization, my score jumped by nearly 50 points. Seriously, consistency is all the credit algorithm wants to see. Next up, leveraging credit limit increases. Once the banks saw my discipline and consistency, they started increasing my limits without me even having to get another hard inquiry. Discover and Capital One are really good about giving automatic increases if you show them good behavior. My advice is to ask for a limit bump every 3 to 6 months right inside the app. That single $250 starter card eventually grew into a card with a 4-figure limit. For a bit of magic, becoming an authorized user, if you have a parent, a close family member, or a mentor with a great credit history, ask if they'd be willing to add you as an authorized user to one of their cards. Their solid payment history can instantly upgrade your credit file, and it doesn't risk their score. Just make sure you ask someone you really trust and who trusts you. So what tools did I use to stay on track? I had apps like Credit Karma, Experian, and Mint on my phone to track my score, my balances, and my payment due dates. It helps to gamify the process. Watching your score go up is super motivating. I also used a budgeting app to make sure my spending stayed in check, which helped me keep my balances low and never miss a payment. I made mistakes along the way. I remember I got a little too excited and rushed into applying for a store credit card before my score even hit 600. I got denied and lost 12 points from the hard inquiry. The lesson here is simple. Do unrisk inquiries on cards you're not close to qualifying for. Pause, build your history, and apply smarter. Also, please ignore those scammy credit repair services that promise magical results overnight. They don't work, right? The moment you've been waiting for, the $10,000 reveal. Here's my lineup. First, the Discover IT Secured, which grew to a $1,000 limit. Then, my Capital One card with a $3,000 limit. So, how long did all this take? From start to finish, it was about 10 months. Some cards approved me after just 3 months of good history. Others took about 6. If you get denied for a card, don't panic. Just wait, keep building your history and reapply later. Each approval I got made the next one easier to get. Momentum really matters in this game. Looking ahead to 2025, things are changing a bit. More banks are starting to look at your cash flow, not just your FICO score. This is great news for us. Take advantage of fintech cards like Toma Credit, Grain, or the Chime Credit Builder. Even a small credit line helps build your history. So don't just chase the biggest rewards cards right away. Start small and build up. My biggest tip for other Gen Z and young credit builders is this: share your goals in the comments below. Having a community really helps keep you motivated. Avoid the quick fixes, stick to real banks and credit unions. And remember, time and consistency will always beat flashy hacks every single time. Did you find this guide helpful? If you did, please subscribe for more Gen Z finance wins, drop a like and comment your own credit journey below. And be sure to check out my next videos on the best credit cards for beginners and the top credit building mistakes to avoid in 2025. Let us build wealth together, one step at a time.